I did the worst thing, which is to self-diagnose. I went online and I have all these symptoms. I'm like, I've been pregnant before and I was never this itchy. Then I noticed that I had random bruises and I also had a lump on my right lymph node. Initially, I was working for a doctor then, actually. I was listing the symptoms and what they could be. It says it could be a cold or I could have cancer. I'm like, do I have cancer? He was like, you don't have cancer. I was like, well, the doctor's telling me I don't have cancer. Okay, fine. Then I think the itching got worse and I went to my doctor and she saw the lump on my right shoulder. So this is my childhood doctor. I went to Dr. Go since I was like 4 or 5. And she's always just prescribed Tylenol, Advil. She's always like, take Tylenol, take Advil, you're gonna be fine. We sometimes we make a joke about it. I'm like, why am I even going? I'm just gonna get Tylenol or something. So when she saw the lump, her face changed. And I was like, oh, okay, this is not good. I knew that it was not good from her face. She's like, you need to get an ultrasound and you need to get it ASAP. Instead of waiting, I'm like, I'm just going to go to the Emerge, dealing with this now. So I go to the Emerge, they do an ultrasound, they refer me to a specialist who then does a biopsy on me. I think he does it 3 days. You know what, actually, at the hospital, when the guy is doing the ultrasound, I felt so bad. He felt bad asking me, do you have any other lumps anywhere? I was like, oh my God, I'm sorry to do this to you, is what I felt. As I was leaving the room, other technician goes and checks my results. So I'm like, okay, maybe she wants to see what cancer looks like in the back of my head. And then I get referred to the specialist. He does the biopsy on me. And then I get the call on a Sunday evening, like 8 o'clock. He tells me that I have Hodgkin's lymphoma. By this time, I'm assuming the worst, anyways. But obviously, when it's confirmed, it's you don't feel any better. But I remember him telling me because we have to go in for the consult on Monday. He was like, if you're going to have cancer, this is the best cancer to have. It's still curable. At that time, I'm like, what about my kid? I'm pregnant. I have a baby. So they actually work together, my obstetrician and my oncologist and the specialist, Dr. Chan. They made sure everything was okay. And then at 4 weeks prior to my due date, my daughter was induced because they were like, you need to start chemo. So I gave birth and then 2 weeks later, I started chemo.